Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello. Welcome to a new video. Dave, why have you got an aeroplane video on this channel? This isn't fair. This is not what we agreed to. That was all supposed to be on the other channel. How dare you? How dare you? How very dare you? Alright, calm down. So basically, right now, I'm flying this airliner. Well, you know, I got the autopilot on right now, which is why I'm stood at the back here not doing anything. I'm flying to Marrakesh at the minute from London, and it's a long-ass trip, and I'm in the cruise right now, i.e. the boring bit, and I really don't have much to do, and I love doing this stuff. I'm flying for BA Virtual at the minute as well, so I'm trying to clock my hours and get promoted through the ranking system and stuff, which you won't understand if you're not into all that stuff, but anyway. Point is, I enjoy doing this, but I tell you what, the cruise phase is not half fucking boring. Right now, I'm right over the Bay of Biscay, so I'm over the sea, and there's not even anything interesting to look out the windows right now. And you know, the other thing is that these flights can be so long sometimes. They kind of irritate me because I can't really get anything productive done quite often while I'm doing them, unless I'm actually doing it for a video on the other YouTube channel, which right now I'm not. Because this is an incredibly similar flight to one I recently did, so I just figured there wasn't really much point. I'd just get on with it and do it. So that kind of annoys me, and then I was kind of struck by an idea while I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs, and I thought, well, people have been asking me, are you ever going to do any more mailbox type videos? And my answer at the time was literally just, well, I'd like to in an ideal world, but the problem is I've got to prioritise my other Let's Play videos first, you know, like, you know, Skyrim and New Vegas, etc, etc. But then I kind of realised, right now I'm sitting here doing absolutely sweet F all, and I could be using this time to do something productive, because I could just be doing an FAQ video right now. There's really nothing stopping me from doing it. I could just do it right now, while sitting here doing precisely sweet F all. I mean, there's not even any like air traffic control online at the minute, because I'm flying online, where you have real people flying real airplanes alongside you and real air traffic controllers talking to you as well. So, but right now I'm in uncontrolled space, so there's nothing for me to do at all. I mean, hopefully it'll stay that way for the duration of this video, otherwise it could be pretty awkward. But you know, so I figured, fuck it. All right, you know what? Why don't you just do an FAQ video while you're sat here right now? And so I guess that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I mean, don't worry, don't panic that there's an aeroplane in this video, but, you know, this has literally got really nothing to do with the video, effectively, is what I'm saying. You can just minimize this into a tab and not even watch the video. You can just listen to the audio, and it'll be fine. That'll literally be totally okay. In fact, I recommend doing that, in fact, because there's not really much interesting to see on the screen anyway. So, yeah. Here we are. I'm on my way to Morocco. I'm bored as fuck, so let's answer some questions. By the way, yeah, here's some external views of the plane. There you go. If you're interested, there you go. That's what the aeroplane looks like from the outside. It's kind of noisy out here, though, so I think for a while I might go back in here, and something just dinged on VPilot. I don't know what it was. Apparently there's an event going on from Barcelona to Hamburg to Barcelona again. Does that mean I'm going to have to fly through a bunch of controlled stuff? That could be... Oh, probably is, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. Barcelona's kind of on the other side to Spain to where I am. Yeah, no, I think I'll be okay. Right, no worries. That's what the map of the whole world is right now, and you can see, right, you've got all this controlled airspace, and then there's little old me there. Speedbird 66 Quebec. That's my call sign. There you go. Oh god, no, you can see my real name. Yeah, I have my real name on my Twitter profile anyway, so no worries. Yeah, newsflash, my name isn't Dave. My real name isn't Dave. The reason why I use SorcererDave on YouTube is, you know, it's a bit of a long, boring story, and we'll save it for next time, I suppose, if you actually want to hear it. I've told it you before anyway, so... But yeah, that's us, and you can see we're going all the way down to there. Marrakesh. Anyway, so... Let's get started, shall we? So most of these are questions that I've either taken from old YouTube videos comment sections, or Twitter, or just general questions that I get asked a lot, which stuck in my mind. I haven't written down, like, some of these were asked by specific people, but I haven't written down who asked them because I'm an idiot, and I only realised about halfway through making the list that would be a good idea. But a lot of these, anyway, are just sort of general questions that have been asked by more than one person anyway. So, if there's any I've kind of forgotten, we'll include them next time, I guess. But right now, this is the list I've got. So let's get on with it. The first question, this is one I get asked all the frickin' time. That is, will you play the Souls games? As in Dark Souls, Demon Souls, blah blah blah, etc. Bloodborne, I suppose, as well. Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I've played them on Twitch once or twice before. I played the original Dark Souls on Twitch a couple of times. But there's two reasons for this. Well, hang on a minute, no, there's three reasons for this, although two of them are very closely related. The first reason is that Dark Souls on PC, for me, is really fucking irritating to try and play. I have Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne on my PS4, which I do enjoy playing. But on PC, it's really piss annoying, because of the way the port has been done, i.e. pretty badly, and the way the controllers work. So basically, because, as you know, I do play a lot of flight sim stuff like this, and in order to do this I have all sorts of controllers and shit plugged in. I have a throttle quadrant thing with switches and buttons and a throttle on it. I have a joystick. I have rudder pedals. I even have a steering wheel down there for when I play Project Cars or Euro Truck Simulator or and stuff like that. So basically I got a shitload of peripherals plugged in. And somewhere I've got an Xbox controller plugged in as well. Now, 90% of games that you want to play with an Xbox controller on PC, this is not an issue, okay? Because the game is smart enough, like The Witcher, for example. The game is smart enough to figure out, oh, that's the Xbox controller, right? You probably want to play with that, huh? Okay, there we go. However, Dark Souls 1 and 2 on the PC are not that clever. They just sort of, they default to whatever whatever controller they damn well please, pretty much. So, for example, the last time I tried to play Dark Souls 2 on PC, I loaded it up, and Dark Souls decided, so I'm going to make you play Dark Souls with a pair of rudder pedals. Enjoy. So obviously not wanting to play Dark Souls with a pair of rudder pedals, before someone says, oh, someone played it with a Guitar Hero controller. Yeah, fair enough, but a Guitar Hero controller actually has buttons on it, so... But anyway, so not wanting to do that, I basically just cut out the game, and I discovered that the only way to get it to work was to literally unplug every single device except for the Xbox controller, and then it would actually let me play the game with the Xbox controller. So, yeah, fuck that, basically. I have too many bits of shit plugged in here, all around the back of the computer, which is located behind my desk anyway, so it's really hard to get to. Screw that. Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm not doing it. If I want to play Dark Souls, I go play it on my PS4, which means that, yeah, I don't... You can't really expect to see videos from me about it for that reason. And the other reason kind of is, well, the other two reasons are, one, I'm shit at it anyway, and two, I'm not sure I would honestly be able to fucking deal with the amount of backseat gaming that is involved in any Dark Souls playthrough that goes on Twitch or on YouTube. Now, I mean, on Twitch it's okay because you have a live chat who can tell you what you're doing wrong immediately. And you can react to that and be like, oh, cheers, okay, thanks for the tip, I'll do that next time. However, in YouTube videos, people comment sometimes like a day after you've actually recorded the video, or even more, if you've recorded a whole stack of videos on one day. At which point the advice is usually pretty useless, because you've moved on by that point. But anyway, yeah, people just love the backseat game, with Dark Souls especially, more than anything else, and I'm not interested in dealing with that. So, yeah, that's the other reason you probably won't see me play Dark Souls. It's not because I don't like the games at all. I think they're fantastic. I suck at them. I think they're fantastic, though. But yeah, you probably won't see any videos on them from me. So yeah, sorry about that. Moving on. Question 2 of the day. Have you/do you always roleplay Elder Scrolls games? Well, if you ask some people, they'd say I don't even roleplay at the minute. I just sort of goof around, and it's just a regular playthrough of Skyrim, for example, and I don't roleplay it at all. I would beg to differ, but I'm not going to get into that argument. The answer is no. Yeah, the answer is probably no. I mean, when I first started playing Morrowind, I have to be perfectly honest with you. I played it for a bit and then just sort of decided to use gold cheats. And the same, so it's the same with the Oblivion. When I first got started on all those kind of games, I used to just use cheats all the time. Hell, I'd just turn on God mode sometimes and just ruffle stomp my way through the game without paying any attention to what I was doing. I'd just have a million bottle caps or a million gold, and I'd have God mode on and I'd just be running around. And you know what? It was okay because I was having fun at the time. That was fun for me. And I think it's as I continued playing the games over the years, and I'd say maybe play Morrowind for a bit, and I'd get stuck. I'd play this one character for maybe like 10, 15 hours. And almost in spite of myself, around the sort of 10, 15 hour mark, I'd start doing things that, you know, normal sane people probably wouldn't do. Like, I would have my own house, usually nicked from a dead person, because that's how you always used to do it in Morrowind. You couldn't buy a house, so unless you joined a great house and had one built for you. But I'd start putting my items on shelves neatly, and I'd order them like by category and that sort of thing. And I would start doing quests that I thought this weird made-up person I was playing as would be interested in doing. I would get to certain points in the main quest where the wise woman would say, "Go away and adventure and gain reflection, and for many moons later return to me and we will continue." And instead of just sort of walking out the door and back in immediately, which is what you could just do, I actually went off and I did, like, say, the Blood Moon expansion, and I went hunting treasure artifacts, and I did a few faction quest lines because I thought, I must go away and quest and become wiser and older and more powerful, and because that's what the wise woman said. And basically, I think, though I would never have called it role playing at the time, because I didn't have any concept of what role playing even fucking was. That's, I guess, when I started really doing it. And it really just grew out from there. I mean, these days, to be honest with you, I've kind of gone backwards a bit. I don't probably roleplay as hardcore as some people would like me to. I've seen some role-playing videos on YouTube where people take it to sort of the nth degree, where it's almost LARPing. It's, you know, I have a little motto, which is never ever take anything in life too seriously. And I think that reflects in my videos somewhat. Which is why you see me jumping around on hilltops with an anti-gravity horse in Skyrim, just because I think it's fucking hilarious. You know, okay, maybe it's not totally in character, and it's not particularly roleplay friendly-ish, but fuck it, man, it makes me laugh, so I do it, you know? So yeah, I like to strike an even balance between having a bit of fun and getting a bit more invested than the average person probably would in the game, you know? That's really all it comes down to. But yeah, I never certainly did always play it like that, and I don't always play it like that myself. Anyway, like if I boot up like as I would previously, like if I'd boot up Skyrim just to play a random character, I wouldn't always really roleplay it. I would just sort of boot one up, and I'd have some sort of weird specific challenge in mind where I'd like try and, you know, get to level 20 without ever entering a town ever in the game, and just stupid things like that. You know, I'd treat it almost like a roguelike or something. Like I'd just have little sort of house rules I wouldn't obey, which I guess some people might even fucking categorize as role playing. I don't know, but I wasn't trying to get into a particular character or anything. I was just teaching it as more of a teaching it. Really? Did I just say teaching it instead of treating it? Learn to English. What the fuck, man? I would just sort of treat it as a sort of exercise, or a challenge or something like that, you know, as if I was trying to get achievements or something. I don't know, fuck it. But there you go. So there's the answer to that question, which took way too long as usual. This is probably going to be a long video. I've got a lot of questions to get through here. I should probably get on with it, huh? Have you ever played tabletop games like Warhammer? What do you think about Total War Warhammer? Well, that's two questions, you cheeky bugger. But alright, first half of that. Have I ever played tabletop games like Warhammer? Yeah, I played Warhammer 40k quite a bit when I was younger. But, well, me and my two brothers did, and they were admittedly never really quite as into it as I was. So we never really played very often. And the thing was about 40k back then, and still now, I think, as far as I know, it was prohibitively expensive. And at the time I was a kid in school and I didn't have any pocket money either, so if I ever got any Warhammer figures bought for me, it was as like a Christmas present once a year. And the same kind of applied to video games too, to be honest. So Yeah, I never really played it very much. I think quite often when we did play, we would literally use like toy plastic soldiers and shoe boxes and fucking bullshit like that as like proxy modeling. I'd be like, okay, so this shoe is a tank, and we just play the game like that. I mean, we got a lot of enjoyment out of it like that, to be fair. But yeah, the real handicap was the fact that you had to buy all these miniatures, and then of course you had to glue them together and paint them, which took fucking forever. And I was really shit at painting miniatures too, so. The gluing together bit I really enjoyed, because I'd always put them together in sort of weird non-standard poses and shit like that, but the painting bit just bored me to tears and I was terrible at it, so yeah. I haven't ever got back into it since. I certainly never played Fantasy Warhammer anyway, so yeah. I've only played Dungeons and Dragons once or twice, to tell you the truth. You know, I've got a load of Dungeons and Dragons gear lying around. And every time I've played it, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. But the trouble is finding people to play it with. Really, that's kind of the issue. People willing to sort of sit down and suffer through it with you. And more to the point, trying to find someone who's willing to be the DM or GM or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, well, you know, it's not. I haven't played in years, and I don't exactly miss it or anything. But admittedly, yeah, every time I did play, I did have a laugh. I did have a laugh. I never took it too seriously. Every time I played, it was never with sort of hardcore roleplay sort of people. We were all just sort of dicking around a little bit, having these sort of weird, pretty comedic adventures, which we never really took too seriously. And luckily, neither did the DM for any of our games either. So that was pretty cool. It was quite laid back, and that's, I feel like, I mean, I don't want to get on my soapbox and say this is the way you should play your games, but I feel like that's the way to have the most fun with it sometimes. So yeah, as for Total War Warhammer, I really don't. It's not even on my radar, man. I don't even care. I have stopped really liking Total War ever since the first Rome Total War. Medieval 2 was okay, but it never quite floated my boat in the same way Rome Total War did. And ever since then, just with Empire Total War and Shogun 2 was alright, I'll give you that. That's a bit of an exception to the rule, but yeah, Empire and then Rome 2 and Attila, and I'm just, oh god, I'm so not interested anymore. So yeah, I'm not remotely interested in Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, or whatever they're calling it. Plus, I never was into Fantasy Warhammer anyway, so I don't even have that going for me. Like interest in the little fantasy world they're using for that. Whatever. So sorry to disappoint, but yeah, for me, if I want to play Total War, it means reinstalling Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion and getting some mods and getting fucking stuck the shit in, because. I mean, not even that. Sometimes playing vanilla is great, because the vanilla game in Rome Total War was pretty awesome too. The mods for it that made it more in-depth and more historically accurate and stuff, they were great, but you couldn't beat the sort of fast-paced, ludicrous fun of the original vanilla sort of campaign, if you like. That was always good fun. I liked that. With all the comedy units as well, like the incendiary pigs and all that sort of shit, and the Amazons and the Oliphants or whatever they were called. It was good fun. But anyway, yeah. So, but people actually, this isn't a question on my list, but I've just been reminded of it. Like, people ask me if I'm ever going to do Total War games on the channel. I did have a bash at a playthrough as I was playing Invasio Barbarorum, which is a mod for Barbarian Invasion, which is sort of like the late Roman Empire period. And I did a campaign as the Romano-British, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Which was quite fun. I posted that on YouTube, and we mostly finished it. I lost the rest of it because of a hard drive crash, because I actually finished the series. I completed all the objectives for the campaign, and it ended. We were literally like 2 videos away from it at the time. And because some of you might remember, like, my external hard drive, my old one I used to record all my footage onto, just had a fucking hilarious, catastrophic, you know, failure. The thing all but fucking committed seppuku. It was just done. You couldn't get any information on or off it. So, yeah. So that series is kind of incomplete, but if you want to watch it all the way through to the final episode, you can if you want to, because basically the final episode was really close to the end. It was literally 2 videos away from being the end of the campaign. So, you know, you can watch that if you like. It's on my YouTube channel. If you go to the playlists, you'll find it in there somewhere. As for whether I'll play it again or not, I don't know. I don't really know. It's something I might play on Twitch at some point. I think Twitch... I like playing things on Twitch because I don't really have any commitment. I don't really have to be committed to doing an entire series of it or anything. I can just be like, hey guys, hey Twitch people, we're going to play this game today, and hopefully it'll be a bit of fun. So I might play some Rome Total War on Twitch at some point, and if I find myself enjoying it to a ludicrous degree, I might actually make videos of it again. But yeah, anyway, I've got too many video series to keep on top of at the minute anyway, so it's not really on the cards. But you know, never say never and all that. So yeah. I was going to worry about that weather over there, but it looks like we're going to go straight through the middle of those 2 blobs, so cool beans. Weather radar for the win. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, this is like the second most common, well, probably the first most commonly asked question, to be fair, actually. Will you, / when will you, LP Let's Play Fallout 4? I have no idea, is the answer. I really have I don't have a clue if I'm even going to tell you the truth. I just haven't, I've stopped playing Fallout 4. I haven't played it in like, months. I had that initial playthrough I did, and I streamed a bit of on Twitch when the game came out, and I stopped that. I never actually finished the main quest in the end, as it turns out. I kind of got to a point where it was moving really slowly, and I had to do a bunch of quests to move some other stuff along in order to get it moving again, and I just sort of stopped playing at that point, having lost interest, because I'd done most of the side quests I could find. I was just down to the fucking Radiant, oh, this settlement is in danger, go help them quests, and I was like, fuck this, I'm bored now. So, I haven't played it since then. I mean, the other questions I keep getting asked as well are, have you played the DLC? What do you think of the new DLC? I have not played, nor do I own any of the DLC. What is that? There's a beep, beep, beep. What's going on? Oh boy, some ATC just came online. Right, guys, I'll see if I can get away with doing the video right now while listening to that. It could be impossible though, so I might have to cut the video here and skip to later, but okay. Bloody hell. Right. This was not part of the plan. Oh my god. Oh Jesus, yeah. Euro controls on. Oh, well, I'm going to be stuck in this all the way till North Africa. This is not good. Okay. Bollocks. Okay, I need to tune to 13525 and hope for the best. Oh my god. Sudden lag spikes for the win.
Protocol 842, you're on the west squawk 0612.
Zero 612 West Protocol 842.
Protocol 842, reach back, you're on the west side, that's fine.
Minus 217, can I go relationship, please?
Can't wait for the frequency to clear up now so
Sorry,
we can
no,
get a word in.
187 again.
Minus 217, relationship.
Yeah, right, 3187, you supply level 240.
Eurocontrol, good afternoon. Speedbird 66 Quebec, flight level 330 inbound Abupi.
Speedbird 66 Quebec, you're on the west squawk 1176.
Squawk 1176, Speedbird 66 Quebec.
Speedbird 66 Quebec, you're on the west side and T5.
Alright then. Well, I think that should be it, unless he tells me to go direct to a waypoint. I probably won't be though, because I'm already kind of going direct to a massive leap across Spain. Anyway, so... Holy shit, hello. Who's that? Oh, damn it, I can't zoom in when I'm in the cockpit view. I don't know why. It's annoying though. Who the fuck are you? I can't resist a bit of plane spotting, sorry. Oh, it's just a default CRJ, i.e. the game hasn't managed to model match him with whatever plane he's really flying. Rip. Okay, so anyway. Where was I? Now I'm gonna have to answer questions and keep an ear out in case the controller tries to talk to me. I guess he probably won't though, because I'm going direct like a million miles right now. So anyway, right, where the fuck was I? I'm all out of kilter now. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, it was Fallout 4. Okay, so yeah, I don't own any of the DLC. I haven't played any of the DLC. I really have no intention of buying it anytime soon. I'm just not fucking interested. To tell you the truth, it is not floating my boat. It's not to say it's a bad game or anything. I stand by the stuff I said in the in that little first impressions kind of a video I put up, but you know, it's not on my radar right now, so to speak. I just don't really give a damn. So yeah, therefore I really don't know when I'm gonna let's play it. Probably be if I ever let's play it, it'll probably be quite a while from now. When a shitload of mods have come out for it, like maybe even like a year or 2 years from now. Ultimately, when I decide, oh, actually, I would quite like to. I'd quite like to play the game. Basically, if and when I get the urge to do a series of it, that will be when. It's as simple as that. So that's really all there is to it. I can't give you any more info than that. I really just I'm not playing actively Fallout 4 at the minute. I have really no plans to do so in the future. So yeah. Sorry, if you were hoping for I am going to be let's playing Fallout 4 in 3 weeks. Here's the release date. Let's go. Have a flashy trailer. No, no. Afraid not. I did have some. I've had like vague plans in my head of what I would do if I did let's play it, and I was thinking maybe a reboot of the old Jess character from Fallout 3 videos I did. Mostly because I can play as a female character in Fallout 4 and have it voiced for me. Because it's always a bit strange playing as a female character when you're a dude in a video where you're supposed to be sort of doing the person's inner monologue and shit and dialogue. It's a bit odd. I don't know. But anyway, but I haven't really a fucking clue, honestly. I'm not even making any serious plans or anything, so sorry. But anyway, moving on. Okay, serious-ish question. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to do in your life, and how did you get through it? Well, there are 3 things that come to mind. The first one was making the decision to leave university without having gotten my degree. That was a tough one, and I kind of wrestled with that over a period of months. Without making a really final decision on it until I finally did and decided, right, fuck it, I'm out, I'm leaving. And yeah, no, obviously that was a tough one because I'd already invested a lot of money into that course because obviously I had to pay to be there, and you know, by leaving I was throwing away a chance of getting a degree, and in the end I chose to make the decision because I felt like the course was wasting my time, wasting my money, and, you know, sort of early quarter of year 2 of the course, I figured, you know, now is the time to get out. I'd already tried another degree course prior to that and switched over to a different one, and I didn't enjoy that one either. So I just decided, you know what, I love Norwich. The university itself was great. I loved living there. The people there were fantastic. I was really sad to leave, I have to admit, but I had to do it, really. And in the long run, I'm glad I did do it, because it meant I could stop faffing around with that work. I was terrible at it anyway, like I was really bad at the games development stuff that I was doing. For those that are curious and don't already know, I was doing games... I think the full course title was something like Games, Art, Design and Development, or something like that. Basically, it was game dev, but it was the sort of art asset side of things as opposed to the coding side of things. So I was learning how to sort of build levels and make art assets for games and stuff like that, which of course, when I signed up for the course, sounded like it was a fantastic idea, but when I actually got into it, within the first few months, I decided, you know what, I actually never ever want to go into games development as a career. This is horrifying. So, yeah, I left in the end, and I'm glad I did, but it was a tough decision to make for sure. This is Spain below us right now, I think. Got something to actually see out the window now. Looks pretty cool down there, actually. I mean, it's not cool. It's warm down there, isn't it? Because it's Spain, but fuck it, you know what I mean. It's a nice view. I do not know what is going on that radio right now. So.
Running 40 Delta Quebec, descent flight level 3, 4,
chaos apparently. Nothing for us to worry about though. But anyway, yeah. So there was that. That was pretty tough to do, and I got through it simply by help from friends and family, and just sheer determination. Because I just reached a point where I was like, you know what, I would actually rather suffer through the entire process of leaving university and disconnecting my life from that whole sort of academic thing, and just you know, getting on with it basically. And you know, it was a bit tricky, but I'm glad I did it in the end. I think there's a bit of a fallacy, certainly in the UK, that if you're young and you're leaving school, you have to go to university. I mean, that's kind of the only reason I ended up there in the first place, because I was led to believe that university was something I had to do, and I really didn't have any choice in the matter, and as a result I really fucking hated it there a lot of the time, because I felt like I had to be there. I wasn't there because I wanted to be. So and you know, I've left now. I do YouTube and Twitch full time instead, and you know, that has its disadvantages for sure. Some days I wish I just had a regular day job instead of doing this, but on the whole, I'm glad I did it, because I do enjoy doing this. I think it's great fun. And I've been doing this for probably about 6 years now, maybe even longer, and I can't think of anything else I'd rather do more on a sort of full-time, you know, 9 till 5 every day basis. I think it's fantastic. And I consider myself very lucky to have somehow managed to become popular enough to actually do it as a sort of job. I don't get paid much at all. I get paid absolutely fuck all, I have to admit. We're talking barely minimum wage, but, you know, I get a lot of job satisfaction just from doing it, so I feel like that kind of balances it out a bit, really. So yeah, there are two other things that come to mind aside from that. One is when I first had a go at flying an aeroplane in real life, because as many of you know, I fly in real life. I'm on my way to getting a private pilot's license. But the first time I had to take the controls of an aircraft, that was kind of terrifying. Even with the instructor there, even with it being in a controlled environment, it was kind of terrifying. Sitting there, feeling the G-forces in the pit of my stomach, and being surrounded by clouds and everything, because it was not a very nice day either. It was quite cloudy and misty and stuff, and I wasn't entirely sure where I was going either. It was quite scary. And it took a lot of courage to actually book that fucking lesson in the first place and actually go do it. But again, it's one of those things I'm glad I actually, you know, pulled my shit together and actually did, because after about 10 minutes, the fear had left me and was just replaced with, holy shit, this is amazing! I'm flying around 1,000 feet in the air! All by myself, even though I had an instructor next to me. I had the controls, you know, I was doing everything myself, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was fucking fantastic. I love flying. It's awesome. Never gets old. And the third thing is probably when my mother died when I was 7 years old. It's not something I've ever really discussed before very often, because it's kind of a non-issue really. I don't it happened so long ago, and I was so young when it happened.
And Dynamite Hotel.
It's not a big deal to me anymore, but yeah, my mother had leukemia and lost her battle with it and died around sort of when I was 7 years old or so, and obviously that had quite a profound effect on me. But and that was tough. That was the definition of tough. That really was. For any child to lose a parent at that kind of age, that really sucks. It really fucking sucks. I mean, it goes without saying, but you know. But again, I got through it, and as for the how, I don't know. I guess it was just time. It always is with these things. You just sort of, you just time heals all wounds, as they say, and it did in my case. And these days, it's just not even a thing. It's like, you know, I don't even bring it up sometimes because I don't want to have to deal with the awkward thing of somebody saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Because it's like, what are you sorry for? I forget sometimes that my mother freaking died. I mean, it's probably a horrible thing to say, but if anyone else out there has had a relative die at an early age like that, you'll probably agree with me. Sometimes you completely forget that person existed. That sounds terrible, but it's true. It has so little bearing on my life at all these days that it's, you know, it's not an issue at all, so I don't even bring it up because it's just not relevant to anything. But yeah, whatever. The would-be psychoanalysts in the comments now can deconstruct my brain and tell me I'm a deeply disturbed individual, I suppose, if you like. But I don't give a shit. Not telling me anything I don't already know anyway. So yeah, moving on from something a little bit down in the dumps to something slightly less so. In fact, what is the next question? I need to look at the thing. Would you ever consider doing a co-op series with someone like Variax in doing something like Baldur's Gate 2, for example? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 co-op with Variax a couple of times in the past on Twitch. Well, technically it was not on Twitch, it was on Hitbox because it was his stream. And it was awesome. It was really, really good fun. I think Variax is awesome. Variax is a really cool dude. He's been Let's Playing for way longer than I have, and it was watching his videos that kind of got me into doing it myself. So, and you know, the guy just has a fantastic attitude to playing games that's vaguely similar to mine, and I feel like we just got on really well together. Both the times we did it, and just had a really grand old time. Now, whether or not we could either of us be asked to commit to an entire series, though, that's a different question. So, which I don't completely know the answer to. I'd tentatively say yes, it would be quite fun to do something like that, but also, you know, it really depends. Like, playing a game like that, co-op, all the way through from start to finish is a pretty big commitment, because, let's be honest, those are long games. You know, so yeah, it's kind of a tentative yes, but at the same time, it's more complex than that. But for sure, Variax is an awesome dude, and yeah, I've played things with him in the past. I've played Baldur's Gate, obviously. I've played Talisman with him and a couple of other guys as well, and probably some other stuff I can't remember off the top of my head. And it's always a great laugh every single time, without fail. So yeah, right. What else? Okay, this is from some cheeky sod who posted 3 questions in one comment. You bugger, but I kind of like them. So, okay, first one is: have you ever studied another language, and if so, are you any good at it now? Well, okay, so I did 2 languages at school: French and German. I dropped French like a hot potato as soon as I could because I just couldn't get my head around it. I really didn't enjoy it. Now that's kind of ironic since I have been on holiday to France a whole heap of fucking times.
Good evening.
And back when I used to go regularly, like every year, I picked up a bit of the language just by being in France and listening to the people and stuff like that. But when I was at school learning it, I hated it. And when I went through to do my A-levels, I just dropped the French and went straight to German. And German was cool. I enjoyed it. I like it as a language. It's very straightforward. It's a totally no bullshit language. It's very logical. It's very, you know, efficient. It's very German, basically. And my brain just was able to deal with German a lot easier than it was with French. If you're an English speaker and you want to learn a foreign language, German is a great one to start with because, I mean, half the fucking words sound similar to English ones. Like, the German for boat is Boot. I mean, come on. It's spelled a little differently, but, you know. The German for sea is See. I rest my case. Is ist. I mean, you know, it's... obviously, the two languages have a sort of common ancestry anyway, which is kind of why that's the case. But, you know... And even a lot of German words these days are just borrowed from English as well. Like, you know... in fact, they straight up use English words in German these days for a lot of stuff. So, you know... And my German now is pretty rubbish, I have to admit, because I just sort of, after I finished my A-levels, I didn't ever pay any attention to it ever again. But it's been a goal of mine to someday relearn some of that, and I have, one thing I do is I watch Twitch streams with German Twitch streamers, usually of flight sim stuff. And the reason for that is because, one, I enjoy watching it, and two, because I'm listening to someone talking in German, but using a common vocabulary, if you know what I mean. They're talking about stuff that I know and understand in English, like aeroplanes and things like that. And through that, I'm able to sort of pick up a lot of things. I'm able to sort of relearn a lot of the stuff I forgot, and I'm able to sort of pick up on new things as well. And that's really cool. It's sort of the closest you can get to sort of actually going to Germany and speaking to German people, I suppose. It's just tuning into a live stream in a foreign language and just listening to that and trying your best to ham-fistedly converse in the chat at times as well, you know. So yeah. There you go, that's that question answered. Part 2 of that. Have you ever taken an interest in the Islamic world during the Middle Ages? The Ottomans, the Safavids, the Timurids, etc. Kind of not really, but the reason I decided to answer this question is because I did play that mod for Medieval 2 Total War called, I think it was called Broken Crescent, which was basically a total conversion mod which took place entirely in the Middle East instead of medieval Europe. It was the medieval Middle East, and it was really good. Like, it was, I genuinely felt it was better than the base vanilla game in medieval Europe. I really enjoyed the absolute shit out of it. I mean, it was years ago, so I've forgotten most of what it was like, but all I remember is having a grand old fucking time with it. So yeah, I think it was interesting. I mean, it's an interesting bit of history and an interesting part of the world. You know, the rise of Islam in the Dark Ages and the Middle Ages and stuff is it's all fascinating stuff from a historical perspective. And unfortunately, now these days has the sort of horrid political context surrounding it, and it's not something I even want to get into at all. But from a purely scholarly historical perspective, yeah, it's a fascinating bit of history for sure. And I enjoyed playing Broken Crescent for Medieval 2 as well. That kind of introduced me to all of it. So yeah, I recommend that mod, by the way, if you've never heard of it and you have Medieval 2. Give it a go if it's still around and still downloadable, I guess. It's pretty good fun.
0636, thank you.
Oh, and the third question was, if you could time travel, ignoring any paradoxes, etc., what would be the first time period you travel to? Well, like last month, so I could get the lottery numbers. And well, yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't work. That's going backwards in time, isn't it? Yeah, I'd want to go forward to next month to get the lottery numbers and then come back and then win the lottery. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, if you gave me a time machine, that is the first thing I would do. Like, forget fucking history and intellectual pursuits and all that kind of bullshit. No, fuck it. I'm going to go get the lottery numbers. I'm going to win the jackpot, be filthy rich. Then we can worry about going back to look at other time periods and shit. Like, I'm no word of a lie. Yeah, you know. I'm serious. I'm deadly fucking serious. You give me a time machine, that is exactly what I would do. I would use it to make myself filthy rich and then worry about everything else later. So yeah. But, like, if you had to force me, I said, holy shit. Is it just me, or does that little field down there look like a swastika? OMG. Okay, we found Swastika Mountain, ladies and gentlemen, in Spain, carefully hidden away. Anyway, I probably want to, like, well, the problem is, like, if you want to go back in time and see any of the really interesting stuff, you stand a good chance of getting a disease or being killed. That's the problem with time travel, isn't it, really? Like if I want to go back and see World War II and witness some of that firsthand, because, I mean, that would be incredible. Like, because World War II is a crazy period of history. Like, the stuff that happened in World War II and the stuff that happened on that kind of scale is just unthinkable these days. You know, like things like the Battle of Kursk or the Battle of Britain or anything like that. Just, it would be incredible to witness that firsthand. But you'd probably get killed, though. That's the problem. Like, in order to witness it firsthand, you would be put in a position where you probably get blown to bits. So it's sort of like, if I could, like, guarantee I would not die in any way, yeah, I'd go back and, like, see something like that. Or like the Western Front, the First World War. I mean, can you imagine what it'd be like to go back and just see that? Just to sit there and look from one end of the fucking front line to the other, with nothing but mud and trenches going all the way down and all the way up to the coast. Holy shit, man. Some crazy stuff happened in the 20th century. And the atomic bomb tests as well. Like, I'd love to go see those. Obviously from a safe distance, but unlike some of the poor sods who did watch the original ones, but hey. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Okay, slightly more pragmatic question. When do you stream? At the minute, whenever I fucking feel like it, basically, whenever the fancy takes me. But having said that, in order to do the whole Twitch partnership thing, you kind of have to come up with a bit of a schedule, and I'm still in the process of trying to figure that out at the minute. You sort of have to stream on a minimum of 3 days a week. And I'm thinking at the minute, Fridays, Saturdays, and then another day in the week at some point. I don't know what that third day is going to be. Now, I'm not exactly restricted to those 3 days, but those will be like the 3 days I'm guaranteed to regularly stream on, if you like. So yeah, Friday and Saturday, and then another day, probably. That's my plan as far as the schedule goes. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't even know what time specifically during the day either, because again, that's a bit of a weird, irregular thing for me. So yeah, I mean, for the moment though, it's literally whenever I feel like it. I can sometimes be like, I can stream in the morning, midday, late at night. It really just, it's whenever I feel like doing it. If you want to, want to know when I'm streaming and sort of jump in, hopefully, while I'm streaming or just before I start, I announce it usually 9 times out of 10 on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll hopefully catch the notification where I post the link to the stream. And also, if you follow me on Twitch, you can enable the option when you choose to follow me that gives you an email notification when I go live. So when I go live, you'll get an email in your inbox, and you know, you can follow the link and then go watch me like that. That's what I do with other people who I want to watch stream who don't have schedules. I just follow them on Twitch, get the email notification, and if I'm around to see it, then I go watch. So that's kind of all there is to it, really. You know, so that's what I would do if I were you. I mean, you can watch the old streams as well, obviously. You can go on Twitch and you can look at the VODs. Because people often ask me, like, are you going to upload this stream to Twitch? And I'm like, well, I mean, to Twitch? No, to YouTube. And I quite often don't do that for a couple of reasons. One, because my stream quality is a bit shit. And because the settings I have to use are really low because my crap internet connection and my potato computer. But, you know, in addition to that, sometimes it just doesn't, it wasn't like a very good broadcast, so I don't really want to put it on YouTube, but aside from that, what you can do is you can just go on my Twitch page, look at my profile, and look at past broadcasts or highlights, and you can just watch previous broadcasts I've done on there. Like, it's not an issue. You could just do that. It's really super duper easy. And you could just, if you've missed something, just go watch the VOD, as they say. It doesn't need to go on YouTube. You can just get it on Twitch. And on Twitch, usually it's in higher quality as well, because when you export it over to YouTube, YouTube gets its grubby mitts on it and probably and lowers the quality even more. So from an already potato stream, you get like a fucking, you know, what's less than a potato? I don't know. Shit. Like a Brussels sprout stream, I guess, or something. Fuck, I don't know. So yeah, I recommend watching the VOD on Twitch anyway, because now Twitch have enabled this thing whereby the Twitch chat is saved and plays when you watch the VOD. So obviously, like, I don't have the Twitch chat displaying in the Twitch streams that I record. So if I put it on YouTube, you'd miss out on the chat. And if you watch it on Twitch, you actually get the chat nowadays because it plays down the side of the screen when you watch the VOD. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, really all the more reason to just watch it on Twitch. Basically. Yeah, so that's what I would say to do. Next question is, why don't you do YouTube live streaming? The reason for that chiefly is that YouTube live streaming is rubbish. One, I don't know how to do it. Two, I don't really want to do it. Three, I'd have to get in touch with my partner network that I'm with on YouTube and allow them to enable my channel to do live streams, I think, in the first place. Four, like chat. What was I going to say? I got distracted by what the dude on the radio was saying. Yeah, four, like the chat on YouTube's live streams is pretty much like really terrible. It's absolutely rubbish, and like you can't moderate it properly, and yeah, that's not good. Like on Twitch, I have moderators, I have a bot which automatically deletes people's messages and bans people for posting certain things, and for spamming emoticons or just spamming all caps everywhere and stupid bullshit like that. And to my knowledge, you can't do that on YouTube. So I'd get more viewers probably if I did it on YouTube, but really it's not fucking worth it. It's really not working. Did I really say working? Fucking worth it. I can't even swear properly. What's wrong with me? That's another plane over there, by the way. That's what I was distracted by a second ago there. Bye bye. I kind of want to zoom in and see what it is. I like doing plane spotting. I can't lie. What is it? Hey, get in. Hello, Speedbird. Also an A320. I've lost it now. Where have you gone? There you are. Wonder where he's going. He's probably come up from Spain somewhere. He's either come from Spain or like the Canary Islands or something like that. That's a pretty common destination. If I had to guess. He's going pretty high as well, so... Anyway, yeah. God, this is quite a nice view, actually. I got some new scenery shit installed to my sim, and I'm still kind of gawking at how nice it looks down there. Anyway. Shit, I might stay on the outside view for a while. Why not? Oh my god, my lights are still on. What a twat. Okay, anyway, enough of this sim bullshit, Dave. Get back to the questions, you bastard. Okay, fine. Alright. Chill out. Now that is a nice view. Okay, so... Yeah, that's why I don't use YouTube live streaming, because in a word, it's rubbish. And Twitch is better. And I have lots of followers on Twitch now, and stuff like that, and, you know... I mean, here's all my Twitch stuff should come with a warning, really, and that warning is... like 80% of my Twitch streams these days are flight sim stuff. My Twitch channel is called SorcererDave's Flying Circus alongside my YouTube channel for it as well, for a reason, because most of what I do on there now is flight sim stuff, and I have a lot of viewers on there now who come for the flight sim stuff. So when I stream something else, like when we streamed Kaiserreich the other day, I genuinely have people coming in and saying, why aren't you flying planes, why aren't you doing flight sim? I mean, I never thought that day would come, but it really has, and yeah, so it is a chiefly flight sim thing. So if that's not your cup of tea, then I'm very sorry. I recommend following anyway, because I don't always do flight sim. Like I said the other day, I played Kaiserreich for like 6 hours, and you know, in before people say, are you going to upload the Kaiserreich to YouTube? Like you haven't even just listened to the question I just answered, go watch the Twitch VOD. Please, go watch the Twitch VOD. I'm not going to try and export a 6-hour video, because it'll just end in disaster and tears. It really will. So yeah, go watch it on there. It was fun. It's something I'm probably going to do again. We basically decided to do it as Twitch plays Kaiserreich. So all the major events that popped up where I had to make decisions, I put it to a vote in Twitch chat, and Twitch chat decided. So basically, we played as America, and we ended up with a military dictatorship because Twitch chat are fucking champions who hate democracy apparently, which is pretty ironic since they were voting. But hey. It was good fun, and I'll probably do it again sometime. So yeah, you know, and I play Baldur's Gate on there as well from time to time. I'm still continuing that whole series with Gwen the Barbarian. which is good fun. I do that from time to time when the fancy kind of takes me. I'd eventually like to finish that and go on to do Baldur's Gate 2 with it, same character and everything. Or maybe the Siege of Dragonspear thing that's just come out. I don't know. I don't even know if it's any good. I saw some screenshots. They looked quite nice. That's all I know about it. So, and that's a position report, which means I've probably been talking for roughly an hour now. 125.9.
Shamrock 022, you're for West Squawk 0616.
Position report sent. Sweet.
06
so yeah.
022.
I like this view.
Shamrock 022, you're for West Side.
Okay, so, right. What was I saying? What was I doing? Yeah, we should probably get on with this and wrap it up a bit. Okay, so yeah, YouTube live streaming I don't do. Why don't you stream on Hitbox? Similar reasons. Basically, Hitbox is great, but the problem with me for Hitbox is the Twitch, the chat doesn't work. I almost called it Twitch chat. Dumbass. The chat doesn't work. For me, anyway. I can't type in the Twitch chat without refreshing my browser every time I want to send a new message. It aggravates the ever-loving crap out of me, and that's really why I don't use Hitbox. Because other than that, it's kind of a good platform, to be honest with you, because you don't have any stream delay. You can get partnered with it without having to go jump through a bunch of stupid hoops like with Twitch. But yeah, the main problem for me is that their actual website doesn't work properly for me. So yeah. And I already have loads of followers on Twitch, so it would be stupid of me to jump shit now. Jump ship, even. Not jump shit. Jump ship over to Hitbox now. And likewise, jumping back to YouTube would be a bit silly of me too, so some clever clogs no doubt will say, well, why don't you stream to both at the same time? Because people do that. My internet connection ain't capable of that. I'm barely capable of streaming to one site at a time right now. Streaming to 2 or 3 is really totally out of the question. So anyway. Whew. Next question. Will you play more Silent Hunter? I will probably stream more Silent Hunter, to be honest with you. I have to, if I want to record it, I have to do it with OBS anyway, and if I'm recording with OBS, I might almost just, stream it. So, yeah, I'll probably stream Silent Hunter when the mood takes me, is the answer to that. That's, if you're confused, Silent Hunter is a game I've posted on my other channel, SorcererDave's Flying Circus. Link on my main channel page at the top, if you're interested, or I'll put the link in the description, I guess. So yeah, but I'll probably live stream that instead of just recording it at some point. Provided it doesn't keep crashing and being unstable, because that really sucks. So yeah. Next question: will you ever play Hidden and Dangerous 1 or 2 again? Again, yeah, probably on a Twitch stream. Twitch is great for all those games that I sometimes get an urge to play, but I'm not necessarily interested in committing to an entire series of on YouTube. So yeah, again, I probably will on Twitch at some point, because I do like those games. They're really, really good. Why do your videos keep getting the travel and events tag? I don't know, dude. YouTube just is trolling me at the minute and keeps defaulting my videos to travel and events. I don't really know why. I suppose, technically speaking, it's not inaccurate, because a lot of my videos do involve events and travelling. But, yeah, I don't know why that is. It's supposed to be set to default to video games, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure I set it in the options somewhere, like my upload settings. It should default to video games, but it doesn't want to for some reason. It's stupid. God damn you, YouTube. Oh, man. So yeah, that's why that is. This one, ironically, will probably get set to travel and events as well, if I don't remember to fix it during the upload process, but never mind. Next question: can you recommend any channel similar to yours? Yes. Let's see. Variax, Zimolf, Pemulizian, I don't know how you pronounce that, and Gopher. Those are the 4 that immediately spring to mind. There are others, I just can't remember them right now off the top of my head, and as I've written down that question. But yeah, those guys are great. Go check them out. And yeah, I highly recommend them. They do very similar stuff, random stutter for the win. They do similar stuff to me. I think you guys would like them if you like my videos, and I encourage you to go watch, go subscribe, spread the love. You know, it's all good. Don't be one of those dicks who just goes around going, "Oh, you copied this other YouTuber because your videos are vaguely similar." No, don't be like that. YouTubers don't think like that about each other. We're not like that. We're not assholes. We're sort of like, we see someone who makes similar videos to us and we think, awesome, that means there's more videos out there that are like the ones that I like to make. That's cool. Gives me something to watch as well. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. So anyway, yeah. Those guys check out. There are others, I'm sure, as well. Feel free to leave your own suggestions in the comments. There are probably plenty that I've never even heard of. So, but yeah, I'll put some links in the description for those guys as well, or annotations if I'm feeling fancy. And the final question, I keep getting asked this. Have you seen the new Star Wars trailer? Yes. What did you think of it? Dunno. I didn't even know Rogue One was a thing until I saw the trailer for it, and I was watching the trailer thinking, what is this? Is this a film, or is this like a mini-series thing like Game of Thrones or something? If this is a mini-series thing like Game of Thrones, this is going to be awesome. Like, I can't wait to watch this. And then it got to the end and it was like in theaters soon, and I was like, oh, so it is actually a film then? And I was like, well, cool, I guess, but I don't really know what to make of that. It's sort of like a weird spin-off film. I'm not sure I'm that interested in watching a spin-off film. It might be good, but, you know, I was kind of, you know, I was kind of looking forward to the next film in the new trilogy, or whatever it's called. I didn't realise we were doing spin-offs, and I don't really know how to think about this right now. So, yeah, I'll probably watch it, but hey, it was a bit unexpected, and I'm a bit confused about it myself, to be honest with you. I don't really know what to make of it yet. So there you go. That was the last question I had written down. Whew, holy shit. We've probably been here for nearly an hour, like I said, because my position report thingy went off there, and those go off every hour. So I'm going to wrap it up as fast as possible right now. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble on about random bullshit and answer questions that you guys have asked me over the months. If you've got more questions, leave them in the comments section below, or send them to me via Twitter, or do whatever you damn well please. Just make sure I somehow manage to see them. And I will, if you're lucky, manage to remember to write it down. And I will answer it next time, because I'm probably going to try and make this a more regular thing, because, like I said, this is a thing whereby I do these flying things, these flights, fairly regularly. And, yeah, I don't have stuff to do in the cruise, and this gives me something to do in the cruise, so... Whereas previously, if I wanted to make a sort of mailbox video type thing, I would actually have to sit down and make time for it. Now I don't need to, because I'm already doing something that isn't terribly productive, let's be honest. So I have an opportunity now to sort of just make these videos hopefully a bit more regularly, these mailbox, like FAQ videos, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, leave questions for me. Next time I'll try and answer them, as well as just general questions and things that get asked me all the time. And, yeah, have a good one. And I will see you guys next time. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs and listen to these guys on the radio. And hopefully I didn't miss any calls that came my way. We'll see. Shit. And I'll be landing in Africa pretty soon. Anyway, Morocco. But yeah, you guys won't get to see that. You're probably not interested anyway, because like I said, you're... This isn't the Flight Sim channel, so 90% of you here don't give a shit. If you do want to see my Flight Sim stuff, because obviously, as I've said before, aviation is a huge part of my life. Flight simulation is a massive part of my sort of gaming habits, if you like. And if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, go pop over to the other channel. It's called SorcererDave's Flying Circus. Link is on my main channel page at the top right. Link will probably be in the description as well. But yeah, it's I upload there as often as I can. I've started posting Twitch streams that I thought were particularly good on there as well. But yeah, that's not a terribly regular thing. So anyway, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you next time. I think once I'm done with this, in about an hour from now, probably, I will go and... Well, I'll go and have my dinner, and then after that, I'm going to go record an actual video, maybe. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. It's kind of a toss-up between more Skyrim, although I've already done like 3 videos of that, which are being uploaded and rendered at the minute. Or New Vegas, or Morrowind. I haven't really decided which. It's really just whichever will take my fancy at the time. So there you go, you've got a random video coming your way, and you have no idea what it is, so... Ooh, mystery! Whatever. Just get on with it. Saying, yeah, sorry, I'll fuck off now. I'll stop boring you to tears. Bye bye, everybody. I'll see you next time. Remember, more questions And we'll do this again sometime, hopefully, unless you absolutely hated it, in which case I'm very sorry, and I will go away, and I will cut off my hands. Sahib. Bye-bye, everybody.